Hello and welcome to our podcast. I'm Mike. Many people ask, can you really learn English at home without a teacher? Is that possible? Or do you always need a class, a book, someone to correct you?
Hello from me too. I'm Jessa Circa. This question is very human. I asked it myself many times. At first, I had doubts. I thought, without lessons, you only learn slowly or maybe wrongly. But at home, I discovered something important.
What was that?
At home, I had peace. No one watched me. I could make mistakes. I could say things wrong, laugh, and try again. I noticed that learning doesn't always need noise. Often it happens quietly, on the side.
I know that well. Many think learning means sitting, writing, and thinking. But we often learn more when we live.
Exactly. I didn't just study English, I invited it in. While cooking, the radio played. While cleaning, I heard voices. I didn't understand everything. But that was okay. The language was there. It suddenly belonged to my apartment.
Then one day something sticks.
Yes, a word, a sound, a feeling. I remember setting the table and softly saying, plate, knife, glass. There was no plan, only curiosity. But that was learning.
That is a nice moment. It was similar for me. I listened to audiobooks while tidying up. At first it was only noise. Later I noticed I understood sentences, very slowly.
Kindness is also important. At home, you may be slow. If one day passes without English, it is not a mistake. The next day you continue.
This attitude removes much pressure, and pressure is often the biggest enemy in learning.
Yes. Learning English at home does not mean doing a lot every day. It means letting the language become part of your own life, without fear.
And maybe that is the answer to the first question.
Yes, you can learn English at home. Not perfectly, not fast, but for real.
And that makes the difference. Now we talk about small habits that can help you learn English at home. Many people think of big plans when they hear habits. For me, they are tiny steps you can add to daily life. I like to start with listening, for example. Every morning I play a simple podcast for about 10 minutes. Not loud, just in the background. While I make coffee or set up the kitchen, English is simply there.
I like that. For me, it is often music, an English song in the morning, sometimes while I brush my teeth. I do not sing well, often wrong, but loud. I don't care. The mouth wakes up and the language starts to move. It feels playful, not like study.
I also have a small speaking routine. Sometimes I stand in front of the mirror for a moment, only 2 sentences. I say hello, and then my plan for the day. Very simple. For example, today I work at home. Or, I will shop later. It takes less than a minute, but it puts English into the day.
I like that. For me, it is more in the evening. I write 3 short sentences in a notebook. No long texts, no correction, just thoughts. For example, today was quiet. I cooked soup. I am tired. Sometimes I read the sentences aloud, sometimes only silently.
Writing helps a lot to keep words. It also shows 5 minutes are often enough. You don't need an hour. Regularity is more important than length. Small doses, but again and again.
The place also helps me. My English notebook is always in the same spot, so I see it automatically. Visibility is a quiet reminder. I don't have to think. It is just there.
Exactly. I sometimes use a timer as well. I listen for 5 minutes. Then it rings. After that, I stop, even when it is exciting. That keeps it light, without stress.
Breaks are just as important. A free day can feel very good. Afterwards, English often feels fresh again. Habits live on good mood, not on force.
I have felt that too. After a break, I wanted to learn again. Joy is a key part of learning.
Of course, some things do not work. I once tried to learn grammar lists every day. After a few days, I was only tired, so I dropped it. Today I learn grammar in context, while reading or listening.
I had a similar issue with a big textbook. It was too heavy for daily life. Now I use it only when I have a clear question. That fits me better.
Habits may change. What helps today may not fit tomorrow. That is normal.
One short reminder works for me. One small step each day is enough.
Yes, and these small steps add up, very quietly.
In the evening, I sometimes do something else. I watch series with English subtitles. If a word stands out, I pause and read it aloud twice. Often it sticks, even without notes.
Subtitles give safety. You hear and see at the same time. The speed feels calmer.
All these small things show. Learning English at home is possible. Not perfect, but lively.
And that is what makes habits strong. They adapt to life.
Now we dive into a topic many face, often each day. It is about mistakes. For me, mistakes were very present while learning English. One of my first big moments happened in the supermarket. I wanted to buy a pound of plums, but used the singular word. The clerk placed one single plum on the scale. I felt my face grow hot, but I also had to laugh. That laugh helped me keep speaking.
I know that feeling well. Mistakes visited me every day. My strongest moment was at the post office. I mixed up envelope and letter. I asked for a large letter and got plain paper. I stood there confused and finally shaped the object with my hands. It felt awkward, but later at home I saw one thing. I had spoken and made myself clear, even without perfect words.
That is exactly the point. Mistakes show you are speaking. Without talk, there are no mistakes, but also no progress. I began to write down funny mistakes, not to judge myself, but to laugh later. When I read those notes now, I see how much safer I am.
I do that too. I call my notebook Mistake Safari. There I see which errors come back often. My big problem is articles. A and the jump around as they like. For months I said a earth instead of the earth. One day someone laughed kindly and explained it to me. Since then it sticks in my mind.
For me, advice was plural for a long time. Such small pains stick in the brain. I think a bit of pain helps memory, and laughter helps you continue.
Yes, but there are also deeper phases of frustration. After some time, I suddenly understood less than before. That was hard. I then changed my view. I stopped listening to every word and focused on the melody of the language. After a few weeks, the words came back.
That is a very good point. I had a similar phase while reading. I looked up every second word and got only tired. One day I closed the dictionary and trusted the context. At first I understood less exactly, but the flow improved. Later, the accuracy returned on its own.
So letting go helped.
Yes. For me, it feels like biking without training wheels. At first you wobble, mistakes happen. But one day you ride on and notice it only later.
Progress often comes quietly. It does not knock on the door. Sometimes you see it only when you look back.
Exactly. Recently I read a page in a book without a dictionary. Only after did I notice I had looked up nothing. Those are small victories.
And these small wins give energy. I celebrate them on purpose. Sometimes with a smile, sometimes with movement, sometimes simply with quiet.
For me, a ritual also helps. A good coffee, a short pause to breathe. It tells me, you moved forward.
On calm days, I look at old mistakes. Not critical, but friendly. I see how much has changed.
That lowers tension. You measure progress not only in new words, but also in a calmer mind.
Exactly. Mistakes then lose their weight. They become part of the path.
And this path may stumble.
Yes, stumbles belong to it. And sometimes they even lead to a smile.
That closes this topic. Mistakes remain, but they carry us forward. Maybe you have already heard many tips on your path to learning English. Some were helpful, others a bit confusing. That is exactly what we want to discuss now. We talk about what we learned from other people, casually, in real life.
Yes. No one learns a language alone. Somewhere, there is always someone who says a sentence that sticks. Sometimes we notice later how important that moment was.
For me, that person was my first language partner. Her name was Lisa, and she was very patient. She once told me, "Mistakes are music." When someone hears mistakes, they know you speak, and you are brave. That sentence removed much of my fear.
That is a lovely image. My first teacher said another, yet equal idea. Listen twice, speak once. That made me calmer. I did not answer right away, but let the sentence rest. It helped me listen better and speak more clearly.
A friend from Chicago gave me a very practical tip. He said I should ask a follow-up question in conversation. If I did not understand, I simply asked, "What do you mean?" The talk stayed lively, and I kept learning without stress.
A tip from my neighbor also helped me. She handed me an audio book and said, "Listen first, then read." My brain already knew the sound. When I later saw the text, it felt familiar.
I also got the advice to read children's books aloud. At first it felt a bit strange, but the simple everyday words stayed in my head quickly.
Back then I read Charlotte's Web. The sentences are short and lively. While reading aloud, I played with voices. So I learned stress and rhythm without noticing.
A coach once told me, "Speak like an actor, but feel like yourself." That helped me become freer.
Music also gave me a lot. In a choir, I heard how language sounds when it flows. Pauses, breathing, rhythm, all that belongs to it.
Games helped me too. Scrabble in English was hard, but also fun. I learned new words without studying them.
At the same time, I learned that not every tip fits. Some advice feels wrong. For example, correcting every mistake right away. That stopped my flow.
I felt the same with very strict study plans. I learned to test advice, like shoes. They must fit.
Exactly. Some tips stay long, others we may let go.
Looking back, we see many voices on our path.
And each voice added a small piece.
Patience, courage, and trust often grow through other people.
And so, step by step, your own path appears.
Now we talk about staying on track.
Yes, keeping English present over a long time.
Many start excited but lose the rhythm after weeks.
I know that. Motivation changes like the weather.
What tricks help you when energy drops?
I rely on routine, not mood. For example, I hear the news while washing dishes.
So you link language with fixed actions.
Exactly. I don't ask myself if I feel like it.
I do something similar while jogging. A podcast plays, and the miles fly by.
I like that. Movement keeps the mind open.
Sometimes I replace music with audiobooks,
Do you choose easy books or heavy novels?
mostly light crime stories. The suspense pulls me along.
Suspense is perfect for staying engaged.
Sometimes I stop a chapter right in the climax. Then I look forward to the next session.
Good trick. I do something similar with shows. I stop after 20 minutes and walk away.
That keeps curiosity high.
Exactly. Curiosity is stronger than pure discipline.
I also have a weekly English night with friends.
Oh, tell me more.
We cook together, speak only English, and play cards.
That sounds wonderful.
Each person brings a new word and explains it.
This builds community and the language grows.
The rule is loose. If someone is absent, we meet online.
Flexibility keeps groups lively.
Our listeners can also start small English meetups.
Maybe once a month, that is enough.
Sometimes I write shopping lists only in English.
I do that too, but with recipes.
Do you see other ways to keep English visible?
Yes, I use phone reminders in English.
For example,
An alarm says at 9, drink water. In English, of course.
so one sentence repeats daily.
Exactly. After 1 week, it sounds familiar.
I also talk to my dog in English.
And does he understand you?
He gets the tone, not the grammar. But it is fun.
Animals are perfect listeners.
True. They never correct.
My plants also hear many English stories.
Very charming.
Laughter helps. Seriousness drains energy.
Good line. I note it mentally.
Mike, do you have times when English almost disappears?
Yes, when work is stressful. Then I think in my first language.
What do you do to come back?
I set a micro goal, for example, 5 minutes of reading. When I start, I often want to stay longer.
Starting is half the job.
Exactly. Success is built on small moments.
I plan one highlight each week, for example, an English concert.
Do you learn new words there?
Yes, and feelings with them. Then they stay.
Emotion glues language in place.
Our listeners can choose a favorite song and feel it.
Write us which song accompanies you.
Maybe a nice playlist will grow.
We keep English present by inviting it, not forcing it.
That sums it all up well.
We are almost at the end of our journey, Jessicirca.
Yes, time really flew today.
We talked a lot about English in daily life.
A lot. And each part built calmly on the last.
I feel how round our talk has become.
Me too. Maybe our listeners feel it as well right now.
Which section was your favorite today?
I love the mistakes safari. It shows courage and humor.
True. Mistakes make us alive.
And you? Which part stayed in your head?
The idea to attach language to routines impressed me. It makes English visible without pressure.
Maybe some listeners will try a new routine right away.
That would please me a lot.
Me too. Writing helps to stay on track.
Speaking of writing, I will repeat my coffee cheer tomorrow.
Then I will dance in the kitchen, promise.
Ha ha, great. Our homes will become small language stages.
That sounds almost poetic.
Maybe, yet poetry helps memory.
So true.
I think we could soon read a short poem together.
Good idea. That would be a new challenge.
But now we should slowly sum up.
Yes, the core ideas already shine before us.
Would you like to start, or should I begin?
Go ahead, then I will add.
All right.
Before you start, listen to the silence.
Nice. This silence carries every new word.
Exactly.
Okay, that was a lovely line to round off. Shall I summarize everything?
Please, that would be wonderful.
Before I begin, a little story comes to mind.
Oh, tell it quickly. It will fit well.
Yesterday I heard a neighbor practicing. He kept saying important. He dropped the T at the end, so it sounded funny.
And what did you do?
I said kindly through the wall. The T wants to be heard.
Lovely. Did it sound better after that?
Yes. We both laughed. Soon he pronounced it clearly.
Such mini moments keep language alive.
Exactly. They remind us that pronunciation is everyday life.
The example fits perfect because it shows how staying on track sounds.
Now I am ready for the summary.
I lean back and listen.
Maybe the listeners grab pen and paper now.
Good idea. A written outline helps memory.
I give them a moment to breathe deeply.
Let us all breathe together. 1, 2, 3.
Very good. Now we start.
Here we go.
So here comes the summary. I will try to speak everything clear and slow.
That way everyone understands us. Perfect.
And if something is missing, you add after.
Deal.
Good. Then I really start now.
Are our listeners sitting comfortably? If not, move a bit.
A flexible back learns better, I believe.
Ha ha ha, true. Now enough gymnastics.
Agreed. I breathe deep once more.
And go.
Start.
Now.
Okay, here is the overview. Today, we showed in 5 parts how English slowly becomes part of the home. First, we told how quiet sounds, songs, and voices in the background help. Then we spoke about tiny habits, like writing during coffee, singing while brushing teeth, and mirror talks. In the 3rd section, we shared our funny mistakes. We said mistakes are friends because they show courage and progress. Next, we recalled tips from other people, music, children's books, follow-up questions, and games made learning colorful. We also learned that you must test advice because one shoe fits not every foot. In the last main part, we talked about sticking with it. We put routine before mood. We tied English to dishes, jogging, dogs, plants, and small meetings with friends. We explained that curiosity is stronger than pure discipline. Together, this gives a picture of language as a guest you invite kindly. No force, but steady, gentle presence. We stressed patience, joy, and small wins, like coffee cheers or kitchen dances. Whoever follows this path slowly builds a home for words. That is the essence of our talk. I also want to point out that breaks are allowed. A free day can give new energy. We reminded everyone that progress often comes quietly and becomes clear later. Therefore, it is worth reading old mistake lists and celebrating the journey. We invited all to find their own rituals and write us their experiences. This grows a small community that hears, speaks, writes, and laughs together. That sums it all up.
Thank you, Mike. That was a clear and warm summary.
You're welcome. I hope our listeners could follow every point.
If questions remain, write us. We will answer calmly.
Exactly. We enjoy every bit of feedback and every small story.
For me, today's talk was especially relaxed and inspiring.
I found it soothing, too. Your examples brought color.
Thank you. We complement each other well, I think.
I agree. A team with humor learns easier.
To our listeners, maybe try one small tip today.
Yes, set a goal that fits into 5 minutes.
And if it works, treat yourself to a dance or a coffee.
Celebrating is important, even for tiny progress.
Before we say goodbye, thanks to all who listen.
Without you, this podcast would not exist. Your curiosity carries us.
Stay healthy, stay curious, and let the language flow kindly.
We are happy if you join the next episode again.
Hit subscribe or just remember our name, as you like.
We stay here, ready for new talks and many English words.
Now it is time to say bye.
Bye, everyone. Take good care.
See you soon, and thanks for listening.
Take a quiet moment today. Breathe and think of a new word.
Maybe it is windowsill, maybe cozy, maybe something else.
Write it down, say it loud, and smile.
That way the word is not alone but attracts friends.
Promise,